we're at ChicagoCon, right? It's not ChicagoCon, it's MagiCon Chicago. I keep calling it ChicagoCon and don't know why. But I am here not with an artist. I'm here with someone that is in our community, though, but it's very unique. I'll let him explain exactly what it is.
Yeah, so I'm adjacent to the artists. What I do is I run a signature service. So I get autographs for people from artists all over the world, customers all over the world, mostly through the mail, but as of last year, I'm really starting to travel to more events as well. So like I work with over 200 artists on mail-in signings, and whoever happens to be at events, I get those folks as well. I auction original art sometimes. I sell artist groups occasionally, but mainly signatures.
And it's mostly Magic Gathering, right?
Yeah, so like sometimes I get cards for like some old funny games, like like Vampire, if you remember that game. Like the Folios have an X-rated game, Xenophile. So
which is funny because I'm going to plug that in his video. I did not know about it, but I'm going to look it up.
I've gotten a lot of those cards, and they are very amusing to look at.
Sorcery Contestant Realms, a new game up.
Yes.
So you can send sorcery cards.
I've gotten some sorcery cards, yep.
That's cool.
Yeah, for Margaret and for some of the other artists who are at the event. A lot of the old school artists, I know that's who they attract to.
So through you, if a person say wanted a reprint, that's already the number one question is people want rich artwork. And the next step is they can't get that's it. And I've mentioned like you can get repaints, which is the artist will reproduce exact paint. Sometimes depending on the artist, like Margaret, she'll change lines like on a little bit. So it's not exactly like
she doesn't want to do the same thing over and over again. So if you ever get a proof commission from her or something like that, she'll do variations on it, but not the exact. And things like repaints are very much like at the artist's discretion because some of them are they can be touchy about it or just are not interested.
And trust me, with some artists it's very hard to get a hold of. So your service is a godsend.
Yes, there's been a lot of artists over the years where people are like, "How did you get this person? It's a miracle." Like Jay Stone was the biggest, most recent one. He's done a large number of popular cards, Ren and Six, a lot of Planeswalkers, and sometimes you're just in the right place at the right time. And over the course of my career as a signature agent, I've just developed connections, and he was friends with another artist I work with, one who's here actually, Victor Mingus. They actually take art classes together.
Oh, it's cool.
Yeah, so just you never know who's going to suddenly come out of the woodworks to sign.
What's best about his service is you send the cards to him, and then there's a whole form out on his website. And you do that, you send PayPal, cash.
Yeah, so my website, I have a website, MountainMageSigs.com, SIGS, and it has pretty much everything. It's got PayPal, it's got credit card, debit card, Apple Pay. So there's a variety of ways you can pay on my website. And you fill out some little slips for your cards and send them to me, however you wish, where you feel comfortable that they're protected. And then I just sort them into the different artists, mail those out. Of course, UPS, very well protected because people send me valuable cards.
They're Data Fraser, for example, or Martin, their beta cards, no matter how you cut it, are expensive.
I've gotten Power before. I've got workshops for the folios. Those are actually. So I think the craziest thing ever that someone sent me was someone sent me the Secret Lair Prize Murktide Regent.
Yeah.
But a playset. Each one of those is almost $3,000.
Yeah, last time I checked, 29.
Yes, it's very close.
There's 12,000 cards.
Yeah, there's I don't even know how many there are, but very few, and they're all foil. You can't get a regular version of it. That's it. So I got that. They shipped it express to me from Italy. I shipped it express to Rowan, the artist in Wales. So they were well-traveled cards, but
it's good to have someone between. There are a lot of sign services out there. I don't want to mention them because his is the best. There's a reason why. I met you at a LuxCon.
Yes.
You run an auction of some sort that I found out about.
Yeah, so as I mentioned, signatures are my main thing, but I do occasionally auction. I'm sorry, you're talking about the raffle. Okay, yes, no worries. Yeah, the people call it auctions all the time. So every year for the past 8 years, I've done a charity raffle with just a bunch of really cool Magic prizes. I usually have multiple lots you can win. You can win as little as one ticket, but most importantly, it goes towards a charity that I'm very fond of, a nonprofit that's local to me called the Fuller Center. And it's all me, other than the people who donate prizes. Very thankful to those folks. But all of the work and the shipping and stuff and running the raffle, that's all me. And I've raised over $25,000 over 8 years. So I feel really good about that. And I can use my community for something good.
You see, when I was sitting with Phil Foglio, the community is excellent. There were people coming to wishing, speaking of his wife, and just being overly very kind. And so for the raffle, people send in stuff. I send in stuff. You get a lot of really cool stuff, and it goes towards something that's very positive. It matters to me because as a child, like I'm clearly fine now, but as a child, my mom struggled. She was poor, and it was through the generosity of other people for Christmas. And so for me, you're watching some YouTube. I do a tombstone cleaning videos, and do a lot of different types of outreach. And so that really, it's the difference. And what's the difference in the sign service? Well, this is it. This is
I'm very community oriented. Like, I'm a Magic player. I'm a collector of signed cards as well. So I'm very much in the thick of things. And so, I want to have our community, to be shown in a positive light and to show how passionate we are as signature collectors and proof collectors and all the various different forms of Magic collecting there is. We can do a lot of good.
Yeah.
And we saw what the professor did recently with this charity.
Yeah. The Magic community, everybody watches the video. It's very positive, very good. Like Jane Con, we were getting ready to cross the street, and there was a police officer, and someone said, let's step out the curb. I'm sorry, step back. And someone said, what's your favorite event here? He goes, this. It's all thank you, please, how you doing? He's like, the worst he said was Iron Man competition, dropping cups and stuff everywhere.
Yeah, that's right.
Scott Robinson, there was a fire in California everybody knows about.
Yeah.
I actually sent cards into him to get signed. They burned out at his studio.
Oh, and Andrew Robinson.
Andrew Robinson, not Scott.
He lost his house.
He lost everything. I mean, he said that he had enough time to pick some of his kids' stuff up his wife's, and he missed me. It's like, your cards are burned out. So I had a bribery foil, they were gone, which I didn't care about. But when I sent it to him, because he did a GoFundMe or a...
Yep, and I shared that all over the place because, we got to look out for each other.
He shared it, I donated to it, other people did, and it got funded, so he'll at least be able to replace, studio clothes, anything that he needed, because it all burned out, it was all gone. It's those things that make this signing service way better than everything else. So, if you ever need anything signed, for any game, you have a client list, and go online and look at all the people. If they're not on there, you can contact you directly to see.
Yes, even if I don't work with an artist, I'm more than happy to point you in the right direction, or at the very least tell you, if they sign well, because I kind of know what everyone's up to these days. Do they sign? Yes, no.
Because not everybody signs. That's another thing.
Yes. There's a few artists who, for a variety of reasons, either can't be contacted, or if they, you do manage to get a hold of them, they're like, that's not really my thing. You just got to respect their decisions.
Yeah, so, because the sign industry is itself very unique, as in some don't like to face anything, some don't mind doing altars, everything.
Yeah, a customer of mine sent in a CD booklet. We just chased on the art for that because it was one of their favorite bands. And I've gotten some cool stuff.
Sure. So, on his website, please check him out. Contact me if you don't see what you need. If you need repaint, artist proofs, artist altars, anything. Magic market.
Yeah, at the very least, I'm more than happy to at least answer any questions. Even if the answer is hey, I can't help you, at least I'll make sure to respond.
All right, thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks.